Hey guys, Mark Smith 50 here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mark Smith 50 and Chris ES 1009 here. We're going to do our review of Final Destination 2 now. Final Destination 2. It's pretty much the same storyline as Final Destination 1. They pretty much have the same storyline throughout, but I'll give you an overview anyways. In this one, however, it's not teenagers that are. Well, there's a few teenagers in the incident, but it's not everyone that's a teenager. Um, but basically here it's a car parlor instead of a plane crash, and it's more or less same story. Some people avoid the car parlor after someone has a premonition of it all happening and everything in an extremely gory way, and then they all go off, and then Death comes after them one by one, trying to hunt them down, kill them. Although Death is a force, not an actual person, as with the first one. So
Not
that's
Boston is Boston.
yes, and as with the first
Oh,
one.
right, yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for the story. And I mean, story. So we'll give our overall verdict on the story now. So the story, I guess, it's pretty good. It's the same as the first one. So if you like the first one, you're gonna like this story. But I don't know. I found some of it a bit more interesting in this one. Like some of it pulled me in a bit more, and I don't know. I just found some of it a lot more tense within the storyline. So I'll probably give the storyline maybe a 7 or an 8 this time. So yeah, that's my opinion on the storyline.
Well, I would say the story is, yeah, it's fairly much the same sort of. It's recycled. Obviously, there's parts of it that are different. It's much of it is interesting. I suppose it's, to be honest, yeah. If you like the first one, you will like this one. So I would give the story about a 7.
Okay, the characters. Well, the characters, they're a lot better than in the first one. However, they are still stereotypes. They're no longer teenage stereotypes, but they're different stereotypes, like the drug addict, the posh woman, the mum, the teenager, because there is one teenager in there. Um, so yeah, they're all just still stereotypes, but they're actually more formed stereotypes, and their characters are more fleshed out a bit. So I'll probably say the characters are a little bit better. They'll probably be maybe a 7. I'm not sure. Yeah, probably a 7.
So I would say that the characters, I mean, yeah, they are slightly more fleshed out, but obviously it's like if you'd ever seen any of those sort of 80s horror movies, it's just like picking characters from them and putting it into one film. Uh, to be honest, it's not, the characters are better than the first one, but it only marginally. I mean, it won't be like a massive difference from the first one, so I'd give the characters a 6. Acting?
Well, the acting is improved, as with all horror films. They get better actors as they go along. But I mean, so yeah, this one, because of the acting, I felt it to be a bit more tense in some of the scenes, and although some of the actors, while they've done their best, the characters are still unlikable in a way. Like the drug addict, he's pretty unlikable all the way through. But yeah, so the acting I'd say is much improved. I'll probably give the acting maybe an 8.5 or 9, because it is a bit iffy here and there, but for the most part it's pretty good. Chrissy?
I think by putting sort of more adult actors in it, they're more likely to have had a role before. So yeah, the acting was much improved from the original. I think also that they did try and make the characters more likable. I don't agree that the drug addict was that unlikable. I thought they made him sort of a stronger. They could have made him a stronger character, but I thought he was quite strong. I would give the acting an 8. Atmosphere.
Okay, the atmosphere the atmosphere in Final Destination 2 I found a lot better than Final Destination 1 atmosphere, because of in this because of the acting and characters are better, that you actually do feel tense in the scenes, and like because some of the characters you think, oh, do they deserve to die, or should they live, or something like that. But yeah, so I found the atmosphere much improved in this one, so I'll probably say the atmosphere is about an 8 in this, because I thought it was really good. Chris?
Well, I thought it was an improvement on the first one, because in the first one you generally knew what was about to happen because they gave you so many clues, like the woman that gets that they nearly try and electrocute her. The atmosphere in this one is, yeah, I think it's a lot more improved from the original. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, there's parts where like cars are flying everywhere, dude gets chopped up. Yeah, I think the atmosphere is much improved, so I'd give it an 8. Gore and violence?
Alright, gore and violence. Now I must get across that this is probably the goriest Final Destination in the film. I mean, okay, the full film was pretty gory. And by the way, guys, this is prior to watching Final Destination 5, so I don't know how gory that's going to be. Anyways, so yeah, this is probably the most realistically gory Final Destination film because of I mean, I'm not going to tell you the context again. But, there's one scene where some guy gets sliced by a fence, and then you just see him fall apart, and that's just
Brilliant.
it's pretty gory. It's decent gore. Like it's not going to make you wince or anything because of it's nowhere near as bad as anything you see in I don't know, Hostel, Saw, anything like that. But yeah, it's a lot. The gore's improved, and it's actually does make you feel, oh, does this guy deserve to die that way? Does this girl deserve to die that way? So I'll probably say the gore is about a 9 in this film because it's probably got the best score out of the franchise. And the violence, again, you can't really count it because, yeah, so I guess we're going to have to put the violence as NA because of it's not really violence, it's just more or less accidents that happen. So yeah, Chrissy.
So I would say that the gore, I mean, a lot of it is exaggerated. I think that's the sort of main sort of aim of showing the gore as it is. It will try and freak you out, but you can tell it's not very sort of realistic, which I suppose makes it more interesting and quite more fun, and also quite funny. So I myself would give the gore about an 8.
Okay.
So your overall?
So overall, I'd like to say though, before I give my overall on the score, it's going to get a higher score than Final Destination 1, but I had more fun watching Final Destination 1 than I did watching this. I don't know why, but this is an overall better film, so I've got to rate it higher. So I'm probably going to give this film an 8 out of 10 because of its, I don't know, I'd say it's one of the better Final Destination films. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think Final Destination 1 was a more fun film because this is sort of the recycled version. If this Final Destination 2 had been the first film, then it would have been much better. But as it is, I would have to give it a 6 for the same story, really. So.
Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. See you back for Final Destination 3. This is Mark Smith 50 and Chris ES 1009 signing out.
Good luck.